Hello,
Time to
everyone.
start. Like,
We are live now. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening from Nigeria. Good evening, and welcome to Education Views and Opinion. My name is Blessing Izuchukwu, and this evening I have the wonderful opportunity and the wonderful privilege to have with me Mrs. Chinaza Pupola. Welcome, Mrs.
hello.
Chinaza.
Hello,
Welcome
good
again.
evening.
Good
Thank
evening.
you. Good
Welcome.
evening.
Good
Thank
evening.
you.
Thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you. So today, we are so sorry
Always.
for starting late. I believe that many people were waiting for us, but we had logistic issues. So, but better late than never. We are here, and for the first episode of Education Views and Opinion, we are going to have a conversation around JAM 2024 results. So, Mrs. Chinaza, uh, some um some some days ago JAM released a very shocking news. Like, it's shocked. When I saw it, I was like, I don't even know what to say. So it's not really a funny situation, and that is why we want to deliberate on factors that could have caused this poor result. Over 70% of these students scored below 200. And we are also going to look at solution. What is the way forward? Because we can't just keep talking about the problem. We have to look at the way forward. Okay, Ms. Chinaza, in your own opinion, what do you think are the likely factors that will have caused this poor JAM results in this 2024 JAM?
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs.
Thank you.
Blessing Izuchukwu. We all know that when there's a space for failure, something has gone wrong.
Yeah.
Meaning that there is no planning.
Yes.
I can't say there is no planning. Anyways, we can say inadequate planning because I can read. I have an exam, I can read, but on getting there, maybe I can't remember what I read or something. So inadequate. But when you adequately prepare, you find out that, you know, when you are prepared, let's say 100%. When I mean 100%, I mean
Thank
100%. I know some people be like, you can't read everything. Who told you? You can't read everything, but at least you can be 80, 90% ready when you know that you're writing such exam as JAM, an external
Yeah.
exam. This is no joke. We are not playing here. You should be 80, like, I am ready. You know that readiness. So we don't
Yeah.
see that readiness. That's why I said inadequate planning and preparations could
Yeah.
lead to one failing any exam. Let's not even talk
Yes.
of JAM now. Any exam,
Yes,
any
I agree
exam.
with you. Yes, you're right. Inadequate planning. If you don't prepare well, like I will tell my students, God is not a magician. It is what you read that the Holy Spirit will help you to remember.
Of
Inadequate
course,
planning, inadequate
inadequate
preparation.
planning.
And what do you think are the reasons why students don't really prepare well for examinations? Because there should be reasons why students are not preparing well for examinations. So let's have a conversation around that.
We remember this quote. We all know this quote. We sing it like nursery rhyme. It said, if
Yeah.
you fail to plan, you plan to fail. No, I will even put it
Yeah.
like this. You are planning to fail.
Fail.
If you fail to plan, you are planning because that process, that space of you not preparing, you are planning already to fail. Are you getting me? I know you will not come out to
Yes.
say, I am not reading. No, I am not reading. I am actually planning to fail. That process, that small space of you not preparing to do your best to put in your A game in your exam, that process you are planning to fail. Now, why do students fail? What are those I will call it those hiccups? Why do they fail? Poor planning, like I said, that was the intro. Poor planning and
Yeah.
preparation. I'll also say demotivation. Demotivation. We don't see that zeal again. I remember I remember when I wanted to write my WAEC, I
Yes.
focused on my weak subjects. Like I focused on my weak subjects. Nowadays, you see children, they are not motivated because there's something. They have a backup. an illegal backup. Somebody is going to help me. I'll be sit close to my partner. Now they have a group. We don't have reading group now. We don't have much of reading groups now. We have groups that are preparing to do malpractice in the exam
do
hall.
malpractice. Echo mug.
Okay, you sit with me, you sit with me. Don't sit in front. You know, we are our normal seat. This one is entering, the other person is following. They have that information already. There's no motivation. They have a backup, illegal backup. There's no motivation. Nothing is motivating these children. Is it not jump? Because they know there's a continuation, and you know that this examination malpractice is a continuous something, even in the primary school, the elementary level, to the second to the university, even when they want to graduate, people buy their this thing results. So there's no zeal. Is it not exam? Is it not this? There's no motivation, you know. And apart from that, lack of interest. There's no drive. There's nothing pushing these children. And when you don't have a drive, remember, you can't read. You cannot
You're
read.
right. You're right.
You cannot read. You have a zeal. There's something pushing you. I need to read. You are sleeping, 2 o'clock, something will just wake you up. Yeah, that is a natural thing.
Yeah.
It is natural. It is natural. I need to read. I remember the day I missed church. I used to say that I'm not going to miss any service but I was like, I have to read this. I have to read. Something just said, if you don't read this hour, I said, God, is it not devil speaking? I don't know. But I was like, this particular page, I think I need to cover it up. This particular art. I started reading. I called. I said I won't be coming to. I'm having an exam next week. The exam was not even the next day. But I said this particular page, I don't know the drive. Something is pushing. You just need to cover this page. Like get it this hour. There's no drive anymore. Look at social media. You see these children, all of them writing jam. Even the secondary school, they all have phones. They have different apps on their phones. That is their interest. That is where their drive is. That is where their motivation is. Imagine they say, okay, instead of jam, we'll do TikTok. We will not be talking now. We will not be having this now. We will not be having this discussion now. Maybe it will be the other way around. We'll be discussing the success.
Excellent results.
Okay, who did well in TikTok? Did you see that challenge? You will see. Let's say you have a challenge to enter university. You will see different challenge. You will see creativity. That is where their creativity lies. Their creativity is not in reading. Their creativity is not in how am I going to answer this question. If I see a question like this, how am I going to constructively give it back in a way? Let me tell you, JAMB is not even expecting 100%, but JAMB is expecting, they feel that anybody coming in to sit for this particular exam. In quotes, JAMB in quotes, is ready for university.
Yeah.
Is ready for the next level, which is higher education. So they will not ask you what is a noun straight up. They can ask you, they can give you a sentence. Happiness lives here. What is the noun there? And they'll be like, there's no name of anybody here now.
Yeah.
There's no place here. Forgetting that happiness is also a noun. That is the kind of question JAMB will give you. They want children that has actually gone out of the context of their normal environment. They are used to, in quotes, environment. Now, the drive is not there. The zeal is not there. The interest is 0%, apart from few. And that's why we have that few percent of people that actually succeeded. And even looking at that few people, that few percentage, it's so I'm sorry, this is also going to be an arte, because if we want to divide the percentage, we can't even divide it. If we want to take out from that people that succeeded, those people that succeeded, you'll find out that most of them were also involved in malpractice if we want to investigate. So you can see that this is serious. Like, it's an attic. It's like, you'll be wondering what is going on. The solution is not far-fetched. Like I said, this is a universal problem. Not only in Nigeria, it's a universal problem, and it also requires a universal panacea, a solution. And what is the
Solution.
solution? It is not something that we'll have to go and be doing ultimate search. It is simple, proper planning, proper preparations. Because the motivation is not there. We need motivations. What can we do to help these children? Apart from the motivation, we also have another one. Poor learning environment is also part of it. Poor learning environment.
Environment.
These children, don't forget, most of them, I think they are still in, I know of some people, they are still in secondary school. They are preparing for this WAEC. Most of them are preparing for WAEC. They went for this jam. Don't forget.
Yes.
And most people, immediately they come out of secondary school, immediately they are writing jam. They've already registered. They register already. They do their plus and minus. Before I finish, I would have, before I write this
Yeah.
exam, I would have finished this. So they do that plus and minus. Now, poor learning environment. What is the environment? Or what was the environment those children were in before this external exam jam? What kind of environment? Do they have appropriate structural designs and teaching methodology? That is it. Another solution: inappropriate instructional design and teaching methodology. And now that brings me to the school and the teacher. How deep do you go as a teacher? How deep do you go? Some of our teachers are not faithful. I'm sorry to say, they are not faithful. Gone are the days. Gone are the days when, I will not even say gone are the days. It still happens. We still have dedicated teachers. When you say passion, I want us to understand the meaning of passion. I cannot just say I have passion for teaching. When in your deep in your heart of hearts, you know that you are going there just for money, monthly. You are just there counting month end. Hello, are you that kind of a teacher that you will weep? Like, do you weep? Do you feel a kind of burden, a kind of pain, just like we are feeling now? Like, why are these children failing? What is the
Why?
problem? How many people? Some people will be like, Madam Sabi, they need to read. But how many teachers will actually? There's a child in your class. There's a child in your class. This child is not doing well, or there are children. You have 10 children in your class, 5 are not doing well. I'm sorry, you're a failure as a teacher. If one is not even doing well, you've not done anything. Out of 10, 9, no, it's this one that don't want to know it. Who told you? How far have you gone to pull that child? You can't be left behind. There are some passionate teachers. You can't be left behind. Others are getting this 1+1. You're still not getting it. No, you must go with the trend. How many teachers? We don't have passionate teachers. And when I say teachers, I'm talking about even those, we have those extension classes, those centers. I'm talking about outside centers. Most of them are there for their money. They are not passionate about that call, so-called call. If you are called to have a jam center, if you are called to have, okay, I have this passion, I want children to actually pass jam. I have this passion within me, I want children to pass WAEC. I want them to pass NECO. I want to have a center where I will employ teachers. I will employ, passionate teachers, rooted teachers that will teach these children. It's a lie. It's not true. It's almost like from fry pan to fire. What the teachers in their secondary school, in their normal environment are not doing, those people are still not doing it. Most of them, they just go there. They just go there to chit chat. They can't even wait for the next lesson. They go there to make friends. It's just like a get together. You see them, most times I used to see them, they go together, they talk. Most of them, they trek with their earpiece and phones. There's no seriousness from the students to the teachers down to the school as a whole. The instructors, external instructors, are they really dedicated to helping our children be successful, become successful in their external exams? Are they really passionate about it? So that's why I said inappropriate instructional designs and teaching methodology. And I also want to put poor learning environments. Poor learning environments can also be from the external centers and also in the school as a whole. Poor learning environments. Imagine someone reading science. You say you are reading science, SS and SS2, SS3. Even from SS, yeah, from SS1 to SS3 students. You're in a school where they don't have laboratory and they have science class. They don't have laboratory. Tell me what you want to teach that child. What environment, you as a parent, what environment, as a parent, if my child were to go to a secondary school, I'll make sure I see everything. What's the environment like for that child? Do they have Introtech lab? Okay, you are doing TD, technical drawing. Let me see your lab or your workshop, whatever they call it. What's the environment like? What's the environment like? Because all those labs, workshops, just like we have food and not, all those rooms, in so to say, in a classroom, they aid outside the box teaching, because that's where practicals, we do most practicals, right? And do you know that those outside the box teaching, which is outside the classroom, a school where I taught in Ikeja, they call it PBL, project-based learning. You see that when a child does something with his or her hand, it sticks more. We are not talking about light alone. Okay, light, we're talking about sources of light, but can we do something that is made of light? It sticks. So when I see something like that in the exam, I'm thinking critically, okay, plus or minus, this is the answer. Or closest in meaning. No, we have that in English. Which is closest in meaning? You will get your answer. We will not be talking about mass failure.
Okay.
What's environment? Okay.
Just chipping something now. You know, as you were speaking,
Okay.
I was just meditating on what you were saying, and something came to my mind. You talked about the issue about this tutorial center, and something just came up in my mind that the owners of these jam centers, tutorial centers, lesson centers,
Yeah.
do they actually monitor these students, or
That
parents
is it.
just go for, like, it came as you were speaking, it came to my mind, like, do they actually monitor these students? Do they actually monitor the kind of, or they feel, oh, they're not our main students, it's just lesson? And you know that a child can start going for jam preparation. Maybe that child has this zeal that, oh, I'm going to get A's. I'm going to get at least 250 in my jam. But if that child gets to a tutorial center, that things, anything go, anything, anyhow, they allow all kind of behavior. That child can be influenced. And this same
Yes.
child who has told his parent or a parent that I will get at least 250, when you get to this jam, the same jam center or the same dress center that the
Attention is
parents
divided.
say, yeah, it's divided. So there's so many factors to this poor result, because I myself, also as we are speaking, I was thinking, jam repeats questions a lot. So what is the problem? And that boils down to what you said. Poor foundation. How are teachers teaching? This is the question that when you look at jam questions, is like repetition. I'm not saying it's 100% repetition, but at least if you study past questions, you should be able to get, even if it's 200. Even let us keep it at the benchmark. And it boils down to what you said: foundation, educational foundation. How are these students? How are they learning? How are they learning? Or schools that they just after money, like at the end of the month, teachers are waiting for. But the funny thing is that many teachers are in the profession because they couldn't get some, and that is what is really a challenge. Because if you are just in teaching because you did not get something else, you don't have the passion. You just be there wait for the month to end, and the passion to help the
Become a
children
liability.
will
Yeah.
not be there. So I would also like us to talk about the issue of this computer, because I've read about and I've seen situation. It was somebody, I made a post, somebody commented that one of our students went off. So this issue of computer malfunction can contribute to this poor result, because some centers, Nigeria, some centers may not even check if their computers are working before the examination. They won't.
That's it.
I will not be surprised if there's a center that did not check, that did not cross-check to be sure that all the computers are working properly, and the UPS, because every computer should have UPS connected to it in case there's a power outage. The UPS can still power the computer and the child can go on. So the issue now is that how is JAM monitoring this? As in, is there any quality assurance? What are they doing anything to ensure that this center, these CBT centers are actually making sure that the computers are working? So I think it's a very
Okay.
major factors. It's a
Very.
very big factor in this JAM results being poor, because if the computer goes off, I don't know if the child can. No, I saw somewhere
That is it.
they said they are rescheduling the exam for those that their computers were not working. I saw it somewhere, but
Okay.
how many people are doing that, and how many people are actually aware that the exams are being
Aware.
rescheduled? Is there a follow-up email that the exam,
So
because
unfortunate.
now the results have been released? So is it that those that their computers malfunctioned, they will go back and write it and a new result will be released? I don't know, but
We don't know.
this situation really has to change, because it's no longer funny. These people are the future of Nigeria. So imagine that I have 5 year plus old child, and it means that these people who are writing JAM now, they should be when they enter university by this year, they should be finishing the next 4 years. So it means they are
Okay.
practically the leaders. They're going to
Right.
lead our kids who are small. You understand? They are going to lead our kids that are still young. So what is now the future of Nigeria if we continue like this? Because education is it's
It's
just
the
the future
key.
of a country. Yes, the key. It's
It's the
key.
key.
It's key.
It's
So
key.
let's talk about what is the way forward, the solution. We have listed so many factors: computer malfunctioning, lack of educational foundation, examination malpractice. Some students are used to examination malpractice even in their schools. Teachers sneak and give students question papers before the exam. Maybe they are doing PP for them. So these students are
Yeah.
already used to exam malpractice. Now they come to JAM where it is just you
That's
and
it.
computer. You know, even in WAEC, they can even cheat in WAEC, but this is JAM now, just you and computer. So that's also the history of exam malpractice, then poor study habits, and like we said, lack of motivation. So what is the way forward, Mrs. Chinaza? Because we cannot continue like this at all. We can't. So what are the possible solutions that you like to suggest to the education factor, so that something like this will not repeat itself? So over to you, Mrs. Chinaza.
Okay. First of all, I want to start with the criteria, JAM criteria. First of
Okay.
all, it's because there's a failure. That's why we're talking about it now. And
Yes, yes,
you will see the way, I'm sure apart from us talking now, there are a lot of background investigations already by the
yes.
education sector and the government as a whole, Nigeria as a whole, the nation as a
Yeah.
whole. What went wrong? What can we do? Now, let's be real. We have to be real to ourselves, first of all. That is the only thing. We have to be real to ourselves in all ramifications, all looking at all the factors we've talked about that could have led to this mass failure.
Yeah.
If you look at it, being real in everything comes to play. From the parents, you have to be true to yourself. You have to be true to yourself. Now you're talking about preparations. I will divide that preparations into three, and it will be on one, the parents, two, the students, and the school. And when I'm talking about the school, I'm talking about the teacher, and I'm talking about the school management as a whole.
Management.
Now, I'm not talking about, I will not say the education system, because when I say the education system, I'm talking about Nigeria, the nation, because they run the body. Now, age wise, I said we have to be real with ourselves. How true are we to ourselves?
Ourselves.
Now, JAMB has established its age criteria. Are you getting me? To be 16. Now, why? Why 16? One will ask, why 16? We know that a child, even from 14, is already, like, is wild already.
Yeah.
It's wild. When I mean wild, it knows that this thing is not good. Even if they're still doing that thing, this is the right path. This is not the right path. And then I know, I just want to do this one. Oh, okay. Let me go with this. Now, I said JAMB has established its age criteria to be 16. Why? In order to ensure that these students, which are their candidates, are adequately prepared. We are still coming to preparation and planning.
Yeah.
It cannot be overemphasized. You made mention of something. You said CBT, and I jotted down something. Which will lead to the solution when I get to that place. Let me finish this JAMB criteria first. To ensure that these students, which are their candidates, are adequately prepared for the challenges of what? Higher education. And now, when we're talking about higher education, we know university level is a no child's play. Meaning that the questions that these children we see or we face during their exams are not direct questions. Hence, sensitization. How about we, I'm providing a solution now. How about we, I'm coming. How about we as teachers? When I'm talking about teachers, I know there are some teachers they map out strategically for SS students, especially SS2, SS3. Are you getting me? When it's time for these external exams, they begin to push this, teachers to say, okay, start gathering these children, prepare them. How about we, during their normal exams, even from XS1, we start putting in these direct questions, these indirect questions to them. We should not wait for that time.
Yeah.
We should not wait for that time. Happiness lives here. And they begin to, you have not taught us this one. Find the noun. They'll be saying, Mrs. Lagbaja, you've not taught us happiness as noun now. I mean, they don't even know that happiness is a noun. You've not taught us which one is noun here. They will even be saying the wrong question. It's not a wrong question. It's not a wrong question.
Yeah.
We should start putting these indirect questions to them at an earlier stage, much earlier, from SS1. They should get used to that question. Most of these students, that when they get to the exam, they are very brilliant. But this question, is it this, is it this? You see them doing guessing work. We should start putting in these questions to them much earlier during their exams, normal exams. Are you getting me? We should start preparing them maybe from SS2. We should start preparing them for, in short, we should take away our normal filling the gap. We should take away our normal A to Z. Choose one option, take this option, take this option. We should start bringing in those indirect questions. Just bring out one JAMB past question. Maybe, I'm preparing this student for 2024. Let's take 2022, 2023, right? This English, let's bring out like 5 questions to test these children. More like a mock. Test them and see their weaknesses. Okay, I think we should go on this. I think we did that in my former school. The director was like, let's test these children. And we saw their weaknesses. Most of them are not good in summary. We started. Most of them are not good in, I think English is their problem. When they say one away from this, they don't know that it's minus, it's subtraction. When they say one more than, 2 more than, they don't know that they are adding. They say, more than. When you don't know English, you don't know any other subject, because all that subject has to do with the English language. So, age-wise, this student needs to be prepared mentally. They need to be prepared mentally. A child that is not mentally prepared, we have difficulty in assimilation. That is what we should know. No matter how brilliant that child is. Like I said, preparation. Preparation has to do with the parents, the students, and the school, which has to do with the teachers and the school management. All these preparations, if it's not tackled adequately, the students, which is in the middle of my charts that I drew here on my paper, is always at the receiving end. Just like we've seen in the result. The students are always at the receiving end. The parents will say, I've paid my school fees, right? I have paid my school fees. Whatever you are doing, just do. Some parents are just, oh, what do you need? Just tell me what you need. Whether they are involved directly or indirectly in their child's education, it still falls back on the school. It still falls back on the school. We should have grounded teachers, grounded teachers, grounded teachers. You can identify them as a school. Schools are, I'll be talking from experience now. Schools hide and they cover up for teachers. You know this teacher is not doing well. How can a teacher who is handling a year 5, that's primary 5, 6, some call it grade, some call it year, some call it primary.
Yeah.
You're handling class 5 and class 6 elementary now. Well, let's go to secondary since you're handling SS2, SS3, even from SS1. And you know this teacher is not strong. You're still pushing. Because you feel that if this teacher goes now, there's no other person. Who told you? Spread your tentacles. Look for teachers. Look for grounded teachers.
Yes.
Look for the school management. They are not ready to pay. They are not ready to pay teachers.
That's another challenge.
Let me tell you, real teachers. I know that people will say we have passion, but for the fact that I have passion does not mean that you should pay me 20,000 naira for what I know that I'm doing a huge this thing. No, I am worth more. If you know you want something, you will get something. If you know that this thing I actually need it, you will go through any length to get it. I think when the school management, they sit down and they say, okay, if it's money that is their problem, for us to get good teachers, why not? We let the cash out because we need a good ball. We need a good ball to be able to play well into the net. When the ball is not good, it will roll somewhere else.
Yeah,
okay, you
Miss
want to say something?
Yeah, please hold that thought. Now, the issue, the issue of paying teachers, we have so many low resource schools. So that's why, which is one of my burning desire for this, because I've worked, majority of my teaching profession has been in a low resource school. Like, has been in low resource schools that serve low income earners, you understand, schools that their parents are not, so you know how much those schools are actually paying. So those kind of schools may not really be able to pay much for their teachers. But I just want to chip this in. I didn't mean to interrupt what you were saying, but it has actually been one of my desire, my passion, because I've experienced, I've been in low resource schools for more than 5 years, at least. Let me say 4 years I've taught in a low resource school. So one of my passion,
secondary school.
desire, secondary school, yes. When I was in Owerri, I was there 2015 to 2019, and from 2019 September I was in another low resource school in Lagos to 2020. So basically 4 years plus. So one of my desires has been that government can actually intervene in this low resource school, because it's not every parent that have money to send their children to those big schools that can pay big money.
Schools.
So it has really been my desire that government can intervene, like see how they can support this low resource school, because this low resource school, they can't really employ big good teachers, because the good teachers are going for the eyebrow schools. And so what's not the fate of the students in this low resource school? So let me just chip that in, that I really love the government to support or give this low resource school grants, so that they can continue, because they can continue to give education to students from low income families. So that's just what I wanted to chip in. Thank you. So you can go on.
To add to that, before I go on, to add to that, there's a saying that people do say that good teachers don't stay in a particular place for long. And the reason is not far-fetched. Why? Money. They feel that they will manage. I know of someone that 10 years, and when you ask, how much are they paying you? The person will be like, but when you do your statistics, most of
Yeah.
them are really not giving their all. It's more like a 50-50 kind of like, I don't even have an option than to stay in this place. And you staying in that place, you are not even being an asset to that school. You're not adding value to that school. Are you getting me?
Yes, I
So when
do.
I say ready to pay can be on any ground. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
That people, even at that low resource school, just like you
A
said,
school.
most people are still not, like, you are still pricing the teacher like you are doing Pepe. You are doing your Pepe transaction. But you should be considerate. What I'm saying, you should be considerate. When someone says, okay, irrespective of what you have or what I'm saying, are you getting me? Some people, they size with
Yeah.
the school. It's not even by size. I know of these schools, they still pay peanuts. You know, when they size the school, they'll be like, this is my expectation.
Yes,
And when
it's
you
not
hear
really
their
by
this,
sight. It's
are you
not by
getting me?
sight.
You know, by size,
Yes,
you know?
it's not.
So everybody has expectations. And you as a school, you should be ready. You should be ready. We have schools that pay 20 and you see the teachers, boo, 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 they are at it.
Yeah.
Are you
Right.
getting me? They are at it. Now, and we still have schools that they even pay, even with the 150, 200, they're still not giving in their best. When we go for competitions, we see them and be like, this jealousy school. Are you getting me? We see the action. We see the action. We see their products. Their products, mind you, products. What the end product of your teaching methodology. Now, let me not deviate. Let me not go out from our solution. We are still on solutions.
Yes,
But I think
yeah.
you've gotten my point, right?
Yes, I have. I have. And I believe
So,
everyone has. Yes.
yes, hopefully. Now, still on the solution, fine tuning. As a student, you fine tuning your schedule to focus on your weakness. Fine tuning your schedule. Now, I will focus more on the student. Now, I'm saying, I said parents, teachers, and the school. Fine
Yeah.
tuning your schedule to focus on your weakness, or
Um,
if it's the other way around, we can say, or strengthening your strengths. Your strength. I want to strengthen my strength. I want to strengthen my work on my weakness, area of weakness. Just like I said, subjects.
mm,
Are there subjects that you actually need to work on? This is a merry-go-round discussion. We are still talking about the school now. We're still talking about the teachers. Parents, when you say 100%, parents, they just have 30%. When you're talking about this failure, they have 30% in it. Are you getting me? We can say, if
yeah.
I want to talk about the parents, it's just a sentence. Most of them, they just push their children. Just like I said, we need to be real with ourselves. They know that these children are not even up to that age. They still push because they have influence. They feel they have influence. Most of them, they know the person that is even giving this jam form. If it's
Yeah.
a paper thing, or you're going to collect, when I'm passing by your side, I will collect the jam form. Irrespective of their age, that is their own thing. They push their children. They push their children above their level of assimilation, their age-wise. And you remember what I said earlier? I said, when a child is not up to a particular age,
Yeah.
assimilation and learning process tends to be delayed. Your level of assimilation will retrogress. So we also have to look into that. So that is that of parents. Parents don't really have much. Like I said, their own is just to pay. Their own is that have paid. Teachers do your work. Obviously, we have. That's why when they say, why is this person failing? They call the teacher. They feel that everything is solely on you.
But
So that is it.
parents who have their own, no, they have their own role to play. Oh,
Yes,
they
they have their
do.
role.
Yeah,
Directly or
because
indirectly,
they have
parents
to
are involved in their
follow.
children's
Yeah, they
education.
have to follow up because some students don't. They have to follow up on what they, because if they are following up on their kids, those kids be like, oh, my parents is on me. So you see that consciousness, always ready to do their work because they know that their parents are going to call the
Yes,
school to know what they are
on them
doing.
and the school. Imagine
Yes.
a secondary school that have not been doing business studies for over for okay, an academic year went all down wasted
Wow.
without them doing business study. And these parents, no parents came to say, and what is going on? Like for a
And
whole year. How did that happen?
none of them are actually following up on their children. If
How did that
like
happen? Business studies.
yes, none of them. If a parent is following up on the child, they will know that, oh, how come this is the day you wrote this subject note last was a month ago. Why?
That
What
is it.
happened? So
Or
that's
you
why
don't even
parents are
have a
also,
note for that
no,
subject.
you never have a note. And where's the teacher? No note. Where's the teacher? So parents, like that diagram you said, parents are also, they have their own role to play in this whole issue. They have,
The
they
students are
have,
in the middle.
yeah,
They are in between these parents, the
yes.
school, and everything. They're always at the receiving end.
I
The
remember
students are always at the receiving end.
I remember asking my children's proprietor, because I will see my children's results, wonderful result, nice. I'll ask him, sir, I hope you people are not teaching these children in the examination, because I'll see this result. Because I want to be sure that
Here
this
they
is
catch you.
actually the ability. I'll be so I'll be like, sir, I'll ask him. I think I've asked him like many times. The last time I asked him, sir, I hope you guys are not teaching. And I've asked my son too. I asked him, he said, no, they don't do that, because I have to be sure that this is actually, because we have schools that
His
they
capability,
give
yes.
students, yes, that we have schools that the teachers give students
They just
mark, because they don't want their parents to say, oh, my child is not learning here, and change the child. So
that is what
parents
I'm saying. The children are
they have
always
a
at the
whole lot.
receiving end.
Yes,
The
that
children
is
are
it.
always at the receiving end because when
That's
it's time for
it.
them, like this jam, for them to sit alone and
Yeah,
deliver, they
they
tend to,
they can't.
they lose up.
Yes.
They lose up. They
And that
lose up.
the students are always at the receiving end.
They're always at the
So
receiving end.
anything,
So
if the teachers do wrong, and the parents who are not doing their own part, and the school management is not doing their own part, the government is not doing their own part, the society is not doing its own part, is the students, like you said, the students are always at the receiving end.
and that is why we
You
need to be
know,
real to ourselves. We need to
yeah,
be
we have
real.
to. Yes,
If
we
it's
really have to.
16, if the jam they are saying is 16, it should be 16.
Yes, be
Because they
16.
know why. According to them, they said a child that is 16 years old should
Yeah.
be able to, should be able to understand the requirements. Are you getting me? At least a 16-year
Yes.
old child can do the jam process, like
Of
registration,
course.
by
Yes,
himself.
by itself.
Do
Yeah.
you understand? So,
Yes.
meaning that child, if you can do your registration, you know that is the
Yes.
first test.
Yeah.
When you can do your jam
You're right.
registration yourself, are you getting me? Meaning that you can
Yes.
maneuver. That is the first test and step. So jam, they feel that a child that is 16 years of age is adequately prepared for the challenges.
Yes.
The challenge is not, we are not talking about only higher education. The
Mm-hmm.
process, registration
Mm-hmm.
process. Can you do your jam registration process yourself?
Some some students cannot. They can't. They can't.
You know,
I think that.
it's also vital. Jam even stated it. They said it's vital for a successful examination. That
Yes.
age, at least that age, you should be able to understand. You are thinking critically. What is this? What is this? What is this? You are thinking critically. They are critical thinkers at this age, from 14. Those are critical thinkers. And for a child to be a critical thinker, it doesn't just come like that, mind you. It has to do with
Yes.
adequate preparation. They must have been drilled, when I mean drilled adequately, from their external centers, from the school, just like I said. Do you know that if they start this process of, if schools actually are intentional, that's why I said they have to be real. We should have intentional parents. We should have
Yeah.
intentional teachers.
Yes.
When you are intentional, when they say that their parents are intentional, they see that
Yes.
the teachers are intentional. Naturally, we
Yes.
will have intentional
And the
students.
society and the government,
This everybody is
all the
sensitized that
stakeholders,
you
all
need
the
this, you need to do
stakeholders.
this. I'm telling you, we need that drive. We need that drive. When you have
Yeah.
parents saying that, yes, we have parents that are checking back to back. Let me see your notes. Okay,
Exactly.
you went for lesson today. Let me see.
Yes. What
What
did
did
you
you
write?
do?
What did you learn?
I know of parents, I do that. I know of parents that, okay, explain this. I don't like doing homework for my for my children. I don't know why. I don't know why. I used to get angry if they don't know it. I've told my child one day, I said, take your book back. Mommy, I cannot teach you.
Because we
What's
were
the
taught in
essence of this
school.
homework? I was annoyed. In short, we are still on it, even before I came for this live, on this live now. I said, if wherever you stop, take it back. Let your teacher know
Yeah.
that you don't know it. She will correct you.
Yes,
She was looking at me.
exactly. You're
You know,
right.
this mentality of you must do all your this thing, and the teacher will mark very nice. No, let the teacher know that,
Bam.
okay, they gave my daughter 10,000 to 60,000. In my mind, I was like, okay, but she did write in tens. Remember, even in the tens, you still have to write 10, 11, 12 to 20 to 40, like that. I was like, my daughter, hey, I was like, no, I'm not going to help you. Wherever you stop, you will take it there. Take it back to your teacher. And when I chatted the teacher up, I was like, how do we go about this? Are you expecting them to? She was like, yes, she wants to see how far they can go. That she's not even expecting them to write from that 10,000 to 60,000. At least when a child is even writing from 10, you know that you are used to the what do they call it? You are used to the pattern.
To
That
the
after
part.
11 is 12. After 12 is 13. After 13 is 14. Then you are going to 200 again. Like that. You continue. That's what she wanted of them. And I was like, okay. And I told my daughter, because you're like, mommy, you help me write. If I write, I said, I'm not writing for you. If you stop at 20,000, take it back. Tell her that this is what I can write. If you stop at 30,000, give it back to her. She's trying to stretch them. And you see that
Yeah.
some even exceed. They will even be saying, miss this, miss this, miss this. Can you give us to 70,000? And some will be like, we are okay with that 60. Now you know the ones that are, you know your students. You are knowing their capability. So I told her, I said, wherever you finish, wherever you stop, take it back to the school. I think we have to start coming down to that mentality that it's not compulsory that child actually finish that homework. Like, if the child can finish it, fine. But let it be that that child is okay for you to assist. Are you getting me? Oh, mommy,
Yes.
what is it? Okay, now I can remember. Then the child is still not getting, I still don't know. Then that child has not really gotten that
The
context. Take it
work.
back
That
to the school.
the teacher.
I think
Yes.
that's the work of the parents here. But a
Yeah.
parent that is not checking, okay, I think that is where the problem is from the parents. In this at the side of the parents, on the part of the parents. So we parents has they also have a role to play too.
Yeah.
The teachers, the school, they also have a role to play. Like I
Yes.
said, having grounded teachers and supervising them. You can't
Quality
just leave
assurance.
children, especially boarding schools. Let's take note of that. Extension classes.
Okay, I think Mrs. Chinaza is having
Those
internet
jam centers going for lesson.
connection
To them, they
issues.
are
Okay,
going there
she's
for
back.
fun. They are going there for fun. Those extension classes, they should know that this is proper drilling. Just like in boarding school, we
Yes,
have
exactly.
time for reading. What do they call it? Time for reading. I
Prep,
think at
prep,
night or something. Prep.
prep, prep.
Are they actually reading? You see, we have to be conscious. We have to be conscious. We should not say, this thing is too much. Please, if you know you want to learn, you have to bring in your A game. You know you want to teach. Please teach in-depthly. In-depthly. Don't just stop at a noun is a name of a person, animal, place, or things. Are there types of nouns? Do they know that this is an abstract noun? Do they know that this is a countable noun? Please, can we stretch these children? They are not complaining. When you breed a lazy student, you will know the outcome. You will get a lazy student. But when you push these children are
Yes.
actually great, you know. When you push
Yeah.
them, you'll be like, wow, they can do it. Oh, let's still go to 20,000. And they are doing it. Oh, okay, let's go to 30. They can do it. But when they know that this teacher, they know that my parents, they know that the school is not intentional, they will be lazy. And you see them, they know. These children, they know. They know a teacher that is not serious.
Yes.
They know a
Yes, they do.
parent that is not intentional. They know.
Yes. They know.
Children are very smart. They test a lot. They test their teachers. They test their parents. They know. There are some children, they will cry if they forget their book in school. They will cry.
Because they
Why? You
know
see
their
parents
parents
calling.
are going
Yes.
to be on their neck for those
I'm telling
books.
you.
Yeah.
You see children crying. Now, something has happened to that child. Something has happened to that child. You've created an intentional child. A child that is, oh, don't touch my book, don't tear this page. My mommy is going to look for it. If my mommy sees one and she doesn't see number 2, she's going to ask questions. And she will penalize, and you'll be like, is it not just one page? Don't worry, your mommy, they will tell you, no, you have to look for the second page. Those are intentional children.
Yes.
Those are children that they know that. See, let me tell you, if you say there is no school for 1 month, you see children, even the ones that you think they are brilliant. Nobody likes school, Jerry. Nobody likes school. Nobody likes school. We don't like going to school. But this education, we have seen the need for education.
Yes.
So how are we pushing? How are we pushing? From the home, how are we pushing? From the school, how are we pushing? We have to push these children, because if you say go home and sleep for 1 week,
they
when you say
whip
no, you are coming to school. Even the person that is getting 10 over 10 in your class will be crying.
Jubilation.
Why is there school? Why is there school?
You're right.
Do you know
sister,
the motivation?
Right.
Do you know the motivation most parents push for children to be in school every day? Most children, they'll say, today again, I don't want to go. Sometimes when you even see them sleeping, you say, these children, they are trying. No, they are not trying. Push them. Push them. Stand up. It's time for school. Push them. You need to put that push in them. When they see that there's no space at all, parent is not giving them space. The teacher is not giving them space.
Giving them space. The school is not giving them space. So it's like
nobody is eating their rubbish.
Effort.
Yes.
Everybody must put in. Because if the parents are pushing from home, the school is pushing, the teacher herself or himself is also pushing, the society, the government, everybody is on. This will change. Cannot remain like this.
How can we even have a pushing? How can we have a pushing parents? We can handle that. How can we even have a pushing parent teacher? Let's say a parent is not even pushing. Let's say a parent is not pushing. Do you actually blame most of them? 6 o'clock, those going to island. You know when they wake up. You know when they leave. School bus, they have a maid there. School, they have prepared everything. Okay, bye, honey. They are going. They are coming back when the children are sleeping. They are also tired. Remember, they are seeking for daily bread.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
That's why I'm saying that I think we teachers, we should also help more. We should be intentional. I think when we are intentional, the load will not be that obvious. The failure will not be that obvious. If we are really pushing, we should be pushing more. We should be pushing more, rooting more for these children than the parents. We should even blindfold our eyes. We should just let's not even look at the parents. Because most of us, that's what we do. We'll be like, am I not doing my own from there? Ma, you are not doing your own. Sir, you are not doing your own. At least I've given your child homework. Okay? You are not doing it from the house. Hello? Do you know that a parent is not supposed to do a child's homework?
Yeah.
A parent is not supposed to.
You shouldn't do. A parent should not do. You shouldn't do the homework for your child. Yes.
Irrespective of the class. Now, why do we say homework? It's for that child to have. This is my space now, away from my friends. Do you know most of them they spy in class? Now my friend is not. My seat partner is not close to me. I'm not spying. It's me and my book now. Let's go. How are you able to put your thoughts down? It is whatever you put. If you go back to the teacher and show the teacher, and the teacher will be like, wow, or you mean everything I explained in class, this boy is still not getting it. And I gave you examples. Right. Now you know that child has not gotten it. Please, our parents should be aware of this. You are not supposed to do your child's homework for him or her. You can put them through. They forget most times. Oh, ma, mommy, okay. When you see that, okay. That's very remembered. Yeah. But when you see that child is not getting it, please send it back. Send it back. You can put a note. Yeah. This thing I'm saying, I'm talking from experience. A parent has actually come to the school to fight about this. Like it was a big case. I am not going to do my child's homework. No. He should be able to do this maths. Yeah. He should be able to solve this mathematical problem. Why should I be teaching when I'm paying? Okay.
Wow.
Now you're going to quote that parent. Yes. They don't want to know.
Yeah, she's right, because the child is supposed to have learned those things.
Didn't you teach the child?
Yeah,
now the child will start saying, most of them will say, they have not taught us. That's when you start saying, yeah, they have not taught us. The one he taught us is not the same thing as this. You know the way these examples work.
Yeah.
They can be giving you 1 + 1, and they say they 1 - 1 + 1. Like,
1 +
is it not
1.
1 + 1 again? Why is it putting minus again? Critical thinking.
Yeah.
Teachers should also take this. This is a take-home free of charge. Do not, in any situation, give a child homework that you've not made an example in class, irrespective of the dynamism or dynamics. Please make sure that child has understood. In short, even if it's the example back to back, give them. They should be able to do it. Do you know that exam? Most of them will still fail example. Do you know? I'm a teacher. I know they will still fail. You'll be like, I even gave you the same word for word, and you still. We should be able to stretch. That is how to get. It's a simple method of getting a child's weakness, knowing
Yeah.
a child's weakness and strength. That is just the simple. Some people say, I don't know this child. I don't know where this child is lacking. You are not saying the truth. It's from that homework. Assessment in class, they can still spy. They can still rely on 1 or 2. If you like, put them
Yeah.
as a stretch, put them, give them that homework when they're in their own space. Nobody is there for them. That's why I said from the start, I said we should be real with ourselves. We should be
Yeah.
true to ourselves. If a parent, you are true to yourself, not the type that you will show them Google. Oh yeah, copy everything fast, copy everything fast. And teacher will say, excellent.
Oh,
5/5. 5/5. 5/5 on Google. You are killing that child. Hence my statement earlier. The children or the students are at the receiving end. So we should be true to ourselves. We should be true to ourselves. You are a teacher. Teach with your body and soul. Teach like your life depends on it. Oh, your life should
with
depend on it
passion.
because you said you're a teacher. If you don't want to be a teacher, please don't teach. I think we should start with that.
Teaching. Yeah.
You are molding nations now. You have destroyed our people for Jambo. All these teachers. See the mass failures.
Why you calling teachers?
See
Are you
the
not
mass
trying to blame
failures.
teachers alone?
I'm not blaming teachers. I'm talking about the ones that are there for their monthly pay.
They
are looking at their phone from 31st, it never enter. First of the next month, it never enter. Their zeal for teaching don't quench. Some of them will not even want to teach that first. If you don't enter the next month, the zeal is not there. But when they see money, hello children. Are these the kind of teachers that we are breeding? Are these the kind of teachers that we want them to breed? We want them to breed high-class students that will be successful in life. Are these the kind of teachers? So we have more role to play. I know parents have their part to play, but I think the onions
Yes,
thrive
I
more,
agree with you.
irrespective of the environment, please.
I agree with you.
I'm not talking about low resource environment now. I'm talking about irrespective of the environment. As far as you say this is a learning environment, this is a place where I want lives to be molded. Please bring in your all. Don't just say you want to have a school. You want to have a school and you are not ready. When you are not ready, you are not ready.
Yeah.
I think it's high time we do away with all these schools that they are just there. Which thing can give me profit? Which business? Let me have a school. I think school, if I have like from primary 1 to 6 now, 20,000.
Yeah, you're right, because
that is it.
Many people, many school owners are just in school because they know there's money. Even if it's a small school, even if it's a 2-bedroom flat school,
when they
will
this
still
one
get
bring 10,000, bring 10,000, we will still get something
they
at the
know
end of.
they know. And like you were saying, you are right.
Passionate.
I think the onions, everything lies more on the teachers because these children, they spend more time with us. Like I'm a teacher, but I go to work. My while I'm at work, while I'm teaching, my children they also go to school, so they spend time from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. they are with their teachers at school. So teachers, we have a lot to do. Parents also have their own parts. They have, yes, some parents say yes, it's true. Like like you said, Mrs. Chinaza, these parents are working. They've paid the school fees, and some are actually paying a lot of school fees. And even those who are paying
the ones that are not working. How many of them? What of the ones that are not working, but they don't even know what they are to teach these children? They don't know
what is another problem. That that one is another is that one is another is another issue at all. Like, it's another issue on its own, because I
What's
don't
it?
understand why you be a parent, you have a child in school and you don't know what is happening. My niece now has told me that she has not been doing chemistry
Okay.
since this term, because the chemistry teacher was pregnant last term and she has not resumed, though they have another chemistry teacher. So I was now discussing with her, okay, this. But how did I get to know? Because I interact with her, and in our interaction, she will bring up, oh, mommy, see, oh, we're not doing chemistry. Then we're not doing, because the chemistry teacher has put to bed. So maybe the school is trying to bring a new teacher, but the school also has a senior chemistry teacher for the SS. So what I'm saying is that because I'm involved, that's why I knew that she has not really been doing a lot of chemistry at school, because the teacher is on maternity leave. So parents have a lot, they have their own part, but I think teachers, so Mrs. Chinasa have said that teachers is on us, so we have a lot to do. We have, seriously, I agree with her on that. We have a lot to do with these children. We shouldn't just see these children as, oh, they are the ticket to my monthly salary. No, these are lives that God has given us the privilege to come across, so that we can mold them, we can groom them, we can impact them positively. And like, I'll still remember my primary school teacher. I can't forget that man in his life, Mr. Nii. And that is what teachers are called to do. We are called to mold people. And also my secondary school teacher, my math teachers, these two people, math teacher in secondary school and my primary school teacher, I can't forget them. So that's what we are called to do, is our work. It's our work. So I believe if teachers and school owners, because sometimes teachers want to put their feet down and say, this is what I want in my class, but the management is saying something else. So teachers and the school owners, if they can work together, even if the parents will do their own part, but these two parties, the school owners and the teachers, so that when the teachers are saying, this is what I want, like, not necessarily, not bad one, but they are making rules in their classroom that will help the students, let the
Yeah.
school owners also support those teachers. We need
Oh,
support. We need
peace.
support. Support us. Support what you are doing. As the parents are
Yes.
supporting on their own part, let the school owners to support. Stand behind your teachers. Don't
Okay.
push your teachers out for the wolves to devour them. No, stand behind your teachers and give your teachers the platform to operate. And if
Yes.
teachers have that, teachers, like where I taught previously in Owerri, we were not paid much. It's a very low income school. We were not paid much, but the teachers we had backing by the, because
Mm-hmm.
it's owned by the commission, at this Catholic commission over there in Owerri. So the teachers we have a platform to operate. We have the free room to operate. This is what I want in my class. No student can come against it, because the principal will agree with you. You understand? The management is standing behind you, and if we can achieve that, we we have many teachers who want to do a lot in their classroom, but they are being limited because they are not empowered. They are
Mm.
limited due to school rules. Don't do this, don't do that. Do you want us to lose students? Do you want us to lose clients? The parents come and withdraw the student. But this teacher is doing these things because he or she wants the students to be better, to have a better outcome. So everything
Mm.
does, we just need synergy. The parents, the government, the society, the school owners, and the teachers. If we
Together.
are all synchronized in in our actions, and our actions will finally benefit the student, because like Mrs. Chinyana said, the students are always at the receiving end. Whatever we do, they are the one behind the consequences. You employ bad teachers, sorry, you employ unqualified teachers, the students will bear the consequence. The parents
Yeah.
are not involved, the students are bearing they are the receiving end. The school owners are not doing the right thing, the
Mm.
students are the one who are going to suffer for all. Now we're saying about bad jam results, everybody's shouting, they are not reading, oh, this one and that, too much of social media, but who are the real culprits in all these things? Is we the teachers, the school owners, the parents, and the society. We are the real culprits in this thing. So I believe that if everything is put in place, next year we should have a better result. I want to
Yeah.
see at least 50%. No, it's too like at least 80% should score up to 250 and above. Then the rest, maybe, yeah,
Now, let's know that the remaining 20 are people that
score
would
maybe,
not
yeah,
fall
200 and above. Yes,
yes, challenged in a way.
yeah, in a way.
Academic
So
children.
God will help us.
Man,
God will help us. So thank you, Mrs. Chinaza. It has been I've written a lot here, and I've written a lot. I have my notes here. I have my pen. I have my notes here. So I've been jotting down from your wealth of knowledge. Thank you for honoring this invitation. And for those who joined us who couldn't stay, but at least they joined for some minutes, thank you so much for joining us. This is Blessing Izuchukwu, the iconic teacher, and with me here is Mrs. Chinaza Popola, a seasoned educator. She has been here before when we hosted, when we did, when was that? When you came online with me? That was the emerge
last
student,
2 years.
that was
Last 2 years.
2022 now, have you forgotten? When we did a
Last two
summit
years.
for
I said last
students.
2 years now.
Yeah, yes.
Yes,
So
student
we're going
summit.
to have that summit again by God's grace. So
Yeah,
thank
interesting.
you for
Interesting. Good stuff.
honoring.
Good
Like
stuff.
anytime I call on her, oh, it's time to let's go online, let's go live. She's always ready. You see that she's passionate about
Anything.
education, and I love working with
Yeah.
people of this, people of like minds with me, and we believe that God will help us. Things will
Amen.
change and things will be better. So
Amen.
thank you, Mrs. Chinaza. We are
Bye.
grateful. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And for those
Always
who be watching
listen.
the
Thank you.
replay of this live broadcast, please share and comment below where you are watching from. Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
God bless
Yeah.
everyone and
Thank
me
you.
too. Bye. So we are over
Bye.
and out.
Yeah.